Hi, and welcome to Ask the Instructor. My name is Michaud, and I am the electrical instructor. So a question I was asked: what advice could you give me now that I've started a trade school? Couple things. Don't focus too much on learning everything all at once. That's really the only thing you have to understand. You have to remember that all your instructors have knowledge through the electrical field, and that doesn't mean that they are experts in every portion of this field, but they are experts in specific areas. So what you need to understand is you're going to learn certain things from certain people. One of the reasons why you have to do a 4-year apprenticeship program is because we work with different journeymen. Apprentices are working with different journeymen. You learn from different guys. So by learning from different guys, this is where, you kind of pick up their expertise. There's also another issue with that is you pick up their bad habits too. We all have them, okay? So, when you're in school, just remember that as long as you show up every day and you're willing to learn, that's really all that matters. You're going to absorb knowledge. You have 4 years. And as an instructor, we can only teach you specific things that are curriculum based. What does that mean? Well, that means that we have to, according to whatever state you're in, we have to teach you certain things. Most of the stuff that you're going to learn is going to be in the field. And if you go to a hands-on trade school, you're going to learn and see and be able to touch different things. But one of the things that you have to remember too is you're in a clean environment. You're not on a construction site. You're not going out and doing, a new building. You're not doing anything to that nature. So what you have to understand is you're in a perfect world setting. No matter how you look at it, you're going to get the theory, but you're not going to get that actual experience as what you're going to see when you get out into the field. So keep that in mind. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is, hey, if you show up to school every day, you're not going to miss anything. Depending on the type of programs you work with, I worked at a school where it was a 9-month program, and we basically crammed 4 years of knowledge in 9 months. That was quick. We can't teach you everything. And, we also don't want to leave anybody behind either. We want to teach you guys what you're paying for. So one thing that you have to understand too is we're going to give you as much knowledge as we can in a perfect world scenario, but the bottom line is you need the hours of classroom time in order to get your license. You have 4 years to learn this trade. Guess what? 4 years to learn the trade and get your license. You will never stop learning. I'm going to tell you that right now. You'll never stop learning. I've been in this trade 25 years. I've never stopped learning. I learn something new every day. You want to know why? Because everything is changing. Lights that I put in 20 years ago, well, now we have LED lights. We didn't have LED lights when I first started doing electrical work. We were dealing with the old T12 ballasts. You guys know what I'm talking about? Some of you don't, but that just goes to show you that as you start to go through school, you're going to hear things are a little bit different. Things are a lot different, guys. So the biggest thing, don't worry that you're not going to learn everything in the amount of time you're going to be in school. Next, make sure you show up. And the third thing you really need to do is get as much information out of your instructor with his expertise. If this guy is a good foreman and he's well-rounded, you're going to learn a little bit more than somebody who is, a fire alarm expert, who can run conduit and pull wire and, do the low voltage end of it. But if you work with a guy who's done nothing but switchgear and runs big pipe, well, learn as much as you can from that person. This way here, when you get out in the field, you're going to work with somebody who's going to teach you more. All I can say is this is probably the best business to be in right now, because you know, the baby boomers are starting to fall off, and there's not a lot of kids and adults coming into this trade. So, you know, our money is going to start increasing. Job experience is going to really pay off big. So, you know, we could see a spectrum that we basically will have the world by the balls at that point. Because, you know what, here's the thing, when you're working with people, you kind of have to deal with different personalities. You have to remember that when we as an instructor are trying to teach you, we're trying to give you everything we can. A lot of times we know what we're talking about, but you guys have no idea what we're talking about. Ask the question. If you don't ask questions, we can't teach you. So that's my little take on my advice for you students who are just going into trade school or getting into trade school, or maybe even want to get into trade school. This is what it is. If this video helped you, do me a favor, give me a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. I put out videos every Monday and Thursday, how-to videos, you know, classroom stuff. So, you know, do me a favor. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Trying to grow Craig Michaud Electrical Instructors Nation, if you know what I mean.